Alright, hey everyone, it's Miss Goodman, and I'm going to show you guys how to set up a WordPress blog. This is what we're going to be using for the entirety of the rest of the semester, for your writing, for vocabulary, for your drafts, for almost everything. And the great thing about setting up a blog is that you learn a lot about digital literacy and netiquette, as we call it, in the process. And you'll also be able to interact with each other, and you'll be able to interact with people outside of our class, like in Miss Cowan or Miss Marquez's class as well. So, first, what you need to do to set up your blog, and we're going to be going through this in class together, so if you need to go back and rewatch this video more slowly, you are more than welcome to. But you're going to go into Chrome or Explorer or Edge, whatever you want to use for your browsing software, and go to WordPress.com. And this might be familiar to some of you, and if it is, then just skip it. So what you're going to do after that is I'm already logged in to an account, so I'm going to sign out of this and we're going to make a brand new one. So once you go to WordPress, it should look a lot like this site. You're going to go to Get Started, and then you're going to select where you want your or what you want your blog to look like. So for the sake of simplicity and the sake of setting things up, you're going to want to choose a list of my latest posts. So this right here. Once you select that, you're going to select the theme that you want. So we want to find a nice, simple, single column theme. It's not going to be really complicated to set up. Some themes that I recommend for that are either how, or Hemingway Rewritten, Button is very good. You can kind of go through and search, but I definitely recommend that you find something that's very simple to set up. It's single column, and it's not too complex. Franklin isn't bad as well. There's one called Syntax, that's good. If you've used WordPress in the past, then you're more than welcome to pull a theme that you're really familiar with, because sometimes the themes can change how you customize it. So for the sake of this, we are going to select Franklin. And then once you select the theme you're going to choose, you enter the domain name. So I'm going to call this It's Lit in Lit, and we'll see what kind of domains we can find. It's lit and lit. It's lit site? No, it's a little too many L's and N's. Okay, so we're just going to go with my name. So, Catherine Goodman's 11th, or American Lit. So ideally your name will be in it somewhere, and also the class. You can say second period if you want to. So here it's free. So Catherine Goodman's American Lit, WordPress.com. Select that, that's your domain name. You obviously want to select free here. And then you're going to enter your email address. So this is going to be whatever you want to use to set up your account. So if you predominantly use either your Outlook account or your Google account for Milton, you're going to want to use one of those addresses. And make sure that once you do this part, you write down your password and your username. So I'm going to use my Gmail address for Milton because I've already used my Outlook account for something else. So we're going to say Goodman at miltonhighschool.com. There's my username. It's essentially my blog domain name, and then my password. We'll say it's lit. Whatever you want your password to be. So once you do that, it's going to take a couple seconds for WordPress to get set up. Alright, so done. Thanks for waiting. We're ready to get you started. They sent an email to goodmank at miltonhighschool.com, so we're going to go over there now. And what you're going to do is you're going to go into your email, find the email where it says confirm, and then you're going to hit confirm now. And that's going to confirm your page for you. So I'm just going to ask you to log in again. You'll log in. Alright guys, so once you have everything set up and you've confirmed your page in your email, it's going to take you back to your site. So if you use the same theme that I selected, it should look a lot like this. The big thing now is you're going to have to go into My Site. So this My Site's up in the left column here, the left corner of the screen. That is going to be your menu for essentially everything you can do to the site, how you can customize it, adding blog posts, adding categories, everything. So what we need to do now is we need to structure your blog so that way your teacher can go in and find the different pages that you have, and they can actually check your work. And also, so it's easier for your peers to go in and find things as well. So you're going to divide your blog into 4 different categories. Those categories are going to be about me and contact. That's where you're going to put your writing philosophy. Reading, writing, and semantics. And if you go onto the sample blog after you've taken a look and set up this blog, you can see what we're looking for in terms of what you need to put in those sections of your blog whenever you make a post. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go into customize theme. That right there. That is going to allow us to develop a site title and kind of go in and look at the menu and what we can change. So, and remember, don't click on themes, click on customize theme. So while we're customizing the theme, what we want to do, let's look at the site title. You can just click on that little pencil right there. We call it Catherine Goodman's American Lit Blog. You can have a tagline here. It's lit and lit, whatever you want it to be. You can put a logo if you want to, just mess around with that later. For now, you want to hit save and publish. Always hit save. I've learned from experience that you should always hit save with these things. You can edit this widget here. You don't really need that, so I would just honestly click on that, and if you click on the little arrow, or again the pencil, you can go down here and hit remove and take that away so it doesn't kind of clutter up your page. I'm kind of minimalistic when it comes to the way that my websites look. So it's whatever your personal preference is with that. What Miss Cowan and Miss Marquez and I care about is that you just have the content and writing on your blog. So what we need to do now is we need to edit this menu so it matches the sections that we're requiring you to have in class, which again is about me and contact, reading, writing, and semantics. So the way that we're going to do this, it's really easy to eventually put posts under each thing, is we're going to go back out after we've saved and published, so save and publish. And then we are going to exit out of this by clicking that X right there. Notice how the title and stuff has changed already. Go back into My Sites, and we're gonna go to Menus right here. So in Menus, what you're gonna do is we don't really need these sites anymore. So we're gonna go in and actually delete each thing. So we're gonna delete the About page. We can keep. This will actually be a page that we can edit later on to put content. So we'll leave that there. But we want to delete Home. So what you're going to do is click on that little pencil there, hit this trash can, and then go back and hit delete item. It really wants to make sure before you delete things. So again here, contact, we don't need that. So we're going to go to the pencil, red trash can, delete item. So now we need to add our other things. But first I want to edit this. So about me, you're just going to click that little pencil right here, about me / contact. So what you're going to put in this section, it's going to be a page that you can edit, and I'll show you how to edit in a little bit. But you're going to put any kind of contact, professional email that you have if you'd like to put your social media on there. And then you're going to write a brief writing philosophy about yourself. So who are you as a writer? Where have you come from in terms of your background of writing? And then as the class goes on and as we write more, you can adjust it and change it. So we're going to click OK for now. But now we need to add our other sections. So what you're going to do is hit this little add new item. If you read things on the screen, it'll show up. So hit the plus sign. You can add a below or above wherever you want to. I'm going to add a below. I'm going to call it reading. I'm actually going to make this a category. So we haven't made the category for reading yet. So right now I'm just going to add that item. Then I'm going to add another item. I'm going to add it below that. I'm going to call it writing. Again, I'm going to make it a category. And then I'm also going to add another item wherever we want to, again on the menu, and I'm going to call it semantics. So points for whoever can tell me what semantics means, by the way, and how it ties into syntax. So, and you can drag and drop and rearrange them in whatever order you want them to appear on that horizontal menu that's on your blog. So now that we've had these sections made, what we need to do is actually go in and add categories. So that way, when you write a post, you can file it underneath that category and it will appear under this page. So what you'll do is you're going to go into blog post. You're going to pretend that we're adding a new blog post. Oh, hang on. What did I tell myself to do before? Save. So make sure that you save everything. So once that saves, which it should, anytime now. I think my internet hates the ice outside. Okay, so that's saved. So now we're going to go into blog post. We're going to click add blog post. So we're just going to make a test post. Testing. But for this, the reason we are in this section in the first place is to add categories. So you're going to go into categories and tags right here. And then see where it says add new category. You are going to go in and add categories for each one of the pages that we've created. So we're going to have one for reading. And then we're going to create one for writing. And then we are going to create one for semantics. And your about me, we don't really need because we're not going to publish anything underneath that. Okay, so the way that this will work in the future is whenever you publish a blog post, what you're going to do is you're going to write your blog post here, do whatever you want to. You can add links to it. You can add images to it. We're going to go over that later on. But what you are going to do is you're going to go into categories, and let's say that I'm writing a post that should go under writing. It's a first draft of something or one of my bi-weekly drafts that I'm working on. I'm going to publish it under the writing category. So I'm just going to check the writing box right there, and it will file itself underneath that page on my WordPress blog automatically. Pretty neat. Don't forget to do that whenever you publish posts though. So once that is done, so those categories are finished, we're just going to publish this test post and put under writing. So now that the categories are made, we're actually going to go back. We're going to go back to menus, and we are going to add the category to each thing now. So we're going to go to edit, category, writing. Just match it just like that. So edit, category, hit reading. Edit, category, some weird semantics there. There it is. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So now those categories are set up. And so let's go on our blog to see now if that actually works. So to go back to your site, all you have to do is go click on this, and then that little pop-up button right there, and it'll take you to see how things uploaded. So there we go. About me, semantics, reading, writing, all that's there. So this post that we did, the test post, I believe we categorized it under writing. So let's check. And it's there. Bam. So ignore this. This is just advertising. But so that's how you're going to publish posts. The About Me page, when you want to edit that, all you have to do is come over here, click Edit. Simple as that. And we'll actually go through how to add links and things later on. If you want to actually go ahead and edit it immediately, then you can go in. But the big thing that you need to include is your email address, any social media you want to include, and then a description. And again, if you go to the blog example that we have up on our website, then you can find everything there in terms of what we want you to include in each section. But there's a lot of flexibility in what you can include on this. So if you want to add pictures, you can go to Insert Content here. They already have some fancy hipster pictures, but if you want to go in and add new, you can add new from your photo library. So you can take some fun pictures at school with your phone, or what you want to do, and then simply upload it that way. And then you go to Insert, and then the picture will be inserted into the slide, and you can make it smaller, move it around, whatever you want to do with it, or do that, whatever I just did. Or you can delete it. You can also add links in, so if you want to add your email in, all you have to do is add a link, and we'll say email to, or the URL would be mail to Goodman K at fultonschools.org, and then email. And there you go. And that's a link to your email right there. So pretty easy to set up. So, and again, hit update. Update and save all of the things. So that, in short, is how you're going to set up your blog. And now I want to show you how to write a blog post. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under My Sites. And then, actually, let's go back to this so you can see what it looks like from this page. So here's our blog. We're going to go to My Sites, Add Blog Post. A lot of times you're going to be asked to include a link to either a Word or a Google Doc with either a revision that you've done of a major assignment or a writer's memo or anything like that. So if you're including a link, you can just say like Writer's Draft 1. And then within that, or Writer's Biweekly Draft, let's say. I would name whatever the assignment is calling for in your blog after the assignment on the calendar. So once you have this up here, all you have to do is you can start typing. Attached is the weekly draft. And then you go to insert link, and we're going to go and actually get a link from a Google Doc. So to get a link from a Google Doc, you need to go in and go over into whatever doc you're using. So let's say that I want to link this resource links doc to the blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, here's my document. I'm going to go to share. I'm going to go to get a shareable link. And then once that's done, I'm going to make sure that it's, if it's something that you and I are working on together or you want your peers to work on, you can make it so they can edit it. If you just want people to view it and not edit it, then you can change it so anyone with a link can just view it. Then once it gives you that link, you can copy it. And then all you have to do is copy paste the URL here and say first by weekly draft. And there you go. That's that. It's pretty much the same in a Word document. You just have to go to File and Share, and then you can get a link that way. But again, make sure that if it's something that you don't want people to edit, that you make sure that it's view only. It's very important. I have to do that for the calendar, or else I feel like you guys would say that we have nothing or no school. So once that's done, you can publish the post. Oh, and hang on. What did I forget? Something very important. Categorizing, right? So this is under writing, obviously. So update that. And then view post, and there it is. So now Ms. Cowan and I can come in, and Ms. Marquez can just come in and click on this and access your Google Doc or whatever it is that you're writing. But a lot of times your writing will just be published to WordPress directly in the blog post. So we'll go over more things as we want. The biggest thing that I want you to really do is get comfortable with working with this site. Ms. Cowan and I, Ms. Marquez, are also building our own WordPress site here with all of the resources that you need for class. So everything. So the Pretty Owl with MLA and grammar help, all of the examples of things that we're working on, your punch list, the grade contract, learning goals, live class calendar, all of our notes that we have in class, everything can be found on this blog now. So it'll kind of help centralize everything. So that way, if your parents want to know where to find things too, they are there. We are going to be walking around and helping you. I know this can be a little overwhelming to set up new things, but I think it's very important that we learn how to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it's helpful. And again, feel free to rewatch it or pause or do whatever you need to do.